Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your monthly Monday motivation. Recently, I was meeting with a friend and we were discussing our calling and how important it is to be obedient to Christ in that area. And throughout this conversation, this friend mentioned that she was having a hard time understanding what her calling actually was. So I suggested that she pray about it. And she responded by saying, I think that God is mad at me. So let's dive into that. Can God actually be mad at us? I think it's important to remember here that as humans, we tend to evaluate God's disposition towards us based on our own comfort level. When things are bad, we assume that God might be angry with us or punishing us, or there may be times when we don't feel as close to God as we usually do. And sometimes we're just angry at ourselves for a sin that we may have committed. Now, it is true that God gets angry, but his anger is not like our anger. Our anger is petty, it can be temperamental, based on emotion, and sometimes blown out of proportion. But God's anger isn't like that. His is based on holiness, it's directed towards evil. He's angry at the things that go against who he is and the good that he has intended for his creation. God has anger over sin and the destruction that it brings. Psalm 145 verse 8 reminds us that the Lord is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger, and of great mercy. I think the most important thing to remember in that verse is the word mercy. God's mercy means that he shows us kindness and compassion and forgiveness even when we make mistakes and even when we don't deserve it. Instead of giving us a punishment, he offers us compassion and an opportunity to start over. But the answer to the question posed at the beginning of this video is a resounding no. God is not mad at us. He knows how powerful sin can be, and he understands the temptations of this world. And that is the reason why he died on the cross for our sins. Like he literally gave his life to remind us that he's not mad at us. What do you do when you think your friends are mad at you? Hopefully, you sit down with them, you talk to them, you explain your side of the story and the situation. You may ask for forgiveness and apologize. That is the same thing that we need to do with God. The only thing keeping you from being close to God is you. And that's a hard pill to swallow, but that's the truth. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of your monthly Monday motivation. Like, follow, share, subscribe, do all the things if you want to see more content.